Order. I'm calling Ian McKelvey. 5 minutes, a warning bell at 4 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have, Prime Minister, done my maiden speech, and you know, actually, I've only had a couple of turns in the House, though, I must say. But having to follow that lot, Mr. Speaker, really is a little bit like, I guess, playing sevens after an All Black test at Athletic Park. For those who can remember Athletic Park, it was pretty cold. A very breezy place. And I must say, weren't they spectacular? But I must get on with the serious business of the House, Mr. Speaker, and I wish to firstly congratulate you on your re-election as an Assistant Speaker, and I also want to particularly mention my friend and neighbour Chester Burrows and commend him on his election as the Deputy Speaker of the House. I think it's pretty special for him and certainly special for us in the Rangitikei to have a Deputy Speaker next door to us. I want to also congratulate all the new members of the House, wherever you sit. At the end of the day, we all come here for the same reason. We might have different opinions, but we do come here for the same reason, and I think that's the special thing about this place, is that we do not agree, but we do definitely come here for similar reasons. I want to particularly make mention of John O'Naylor, and he of course has just made his maiden speech. He lives in Palmerston North. He will, I guess, put a little bit of blue on the Labor seat of Palmerston North, and I look forward to having him as a local ally. I think he'll be a great asset to our region and certainly to the people of Palmerston North. I want to take this opportunity to thank the people of the Rangitikei electorate for returning me with a much increased majority despite a very hard-working Labor candidate. I also want to put on record my thanks to my campaign team led by Jamie Diesel Cunningham and Kath Johnson, two but thousands of people throughout New Zealand who worked so hard to ensure the return of a John Key-led government. Out on the election campaign, we heard so much about what Labor and New Zealand First, with their 96-page manifesto, were going to do for us all in rural New Zealand. We heard nothing from the Greens, interestingly, as they were missing in action in my electorate. I noticed that back here, it's back to the same old thing, blame the government and come up with nothing new. Mr. Speaker, I want to tell the House today that parts of the Rangitikei electorate are as challenged economically as anywhere in New Zealand. But the outlook is improving. It's improving on the back of activities of a national government of the past 6 years and will continue to do so. The reasons for this are simple. In tourism, we have a tourism industry which is safe, secure and green. The Cycleways Initiative, our opportunity to walk, ski, climb, canoe and generally use our beautiful rivers and mountains, the central North Island is an environmental tourism mecca. A good deal of that central North Island is in the Rangitikei electorate. In the last quarter, the accommodation industry overnight stay figures were 25% ahead of the same quarter last year in the north of my electorate. This will continue to create more work opportunities and put a buoyancy into our region that hasn't been seen for many years. In agriculture, sheep and beef farmers play a huge part in the fortunes of the Rangitikei electorate, and they are doing comparatively well. Beef and lamb prices both at very good levels. Wool is poking its head up and forestry is on the move once again. Anyone who's looked at the local port just down the road here will have noticed that. The dairy sector is important to the fortunes of the Rangitikei, and I'm confident there is light at the end of the tunnel here as a set of unique circumstances work their way through the trade chain. This sector is providing more job opportunities and added value, and the servicing industry will also pick up strongly in the future. Mr. Speaker, the roads of national significance are going to have a significant effect on the Rangitikei electorate with the completion of the Capital Expressway and the subsequent completion of Transmission Gully and the Wirikino Trestle Bridge. As Minister Guy said yesterday in his speech to the House, areas to the north of Wellington will benefit significantly from these projects. My electorate is no exception to this. Mr. Speaker, in the Rangitikei we have families challenged by circumstances, we have people looking for work, we have challenges around health and education, but we know that this government is putting in place policy and law that advances our cause through better services and economic growth. Mr. Speaker, I'm very proud to represent the people of the Rangitikei. It's a privilege to be in this House and, Mr. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity to address the House today.
Dr. Jiang Yang.